Excellent, thanks Ian, great speech, and make some really good points there about the complexity of the environment that we're operating with. It's much more than just individual animals or individual elephant, individual rhino. It's about the whole structure of the environment, and Ian very knowledgeable on that subject. So now I'm going to introduce you to our last speaker, and somebody that you'll all be familiar with. I'm going to introduce Nicky Campbell. He's an amazing, renowned broadcaster on radio and TV. He's a big conservationist, passionate about the cause, and through those mediums he's able to spread this message across to wide audiences. So we're very grateful to have him here today. So I'd like to hand over to Nicky Campbell.
Well, it's great to see you all here today. It's wonderful that we've come here in the rain. Give yourselves a round of applause. This is brilliant. This is great. Do you know what? That wonderful documentary a few years ago, The Secret Life of Elephants, I lent it to a friend of mine, the chief executive of the Islamic Society of Britain, Khalid Anas, who'd never really considered the question. He watched it and he gave me a ring and he said, that was godly. That was spiritual. I watched that program and I felt closer to God. Now, God may not be your thing, but do you not know exactly what he means? We are here today taking a stand against evil. We are making a stand against sheer, unadulterated barbarism. We are making a stand against total insanity. Now, sometimes, in our darkest hour, when you see the picture, I've never touched an elephant, but boy, they've touched me. Sometimes in our darkest hour, when you see the barbarism, when you see the brutal, awful, callous murder, when you think maybe destruction has won, maybe barbarism has triumphed, maybe human callousness has marched on into a hell that we created, you can despair. But then you turn up on a day like this with people like you, and you see the hope, and you hear those wonderful speeches, and you think, we can win! And this is a hell that we created. Shame on us! Shame on us! We will not tolerate it. We cannot tolerate it. Do you know when people say, when something awful has happened, something barbaric, there are terrible things happening in this world every day. We hear about them in the morning, we read about them, I talk about them on the radio, they're in the newspapers yesterday, they're in the newspapers today, they will be in the newspapers tomorrow as well.
Yes.
But you know what? This issue is right up there with them. It really is. And when people say, oh, they are behaving like animals, how can anyone say that with a straight face?
Idiots!
How can anyone say they behave like animals? No, my friends, they're behaving like human beings. That's the worst of humanity. My friends, you are the best of humanity, with your passion, with the love. We have hands across the ocean today in so many major cities. And as for humanity, as for our species, how will we ever, if we lose these animals, look at ourselves in the mirror? Because this, my friends, demeans our species. We are robbing the world of this wonderful natural heritage. We are robbing our children and our grandchildren We are demeaning our species. My friends, this is a crime against humanity. We won't tolerate it. We will not tolerate it. We will not have a situation that there are only a few hundred rhino left with armed guard, military guard in small enclosures. We will not tolerate a situation that most elephants are in circuses performing demeaning tricks for ignorant morons. There you are. I said it. I said it. The M word. It slipped out. I'm so sorry about that. Let me talk about the consumer countries, if I may. I have no truck with cultural relativism. Oh, it's our culture. Oh, I'll tell you what. Female genital mutilation is somebody's culture. Locking women up and not allowing them to be educated, that's somebody's culture. Slavery, that's somebody's culture. Well, you say, this has been our culture for 5,000 years, ivory carving. Let me tell them, right now, there have been elephant-type animals on this earth for 55 million years. It is their culture to roam the lands, to have those matriarchal societies, to show each other mutual love, mutual bonds, mutual affections, and really to set a total example to us as to how we should be behaving to each other. There are some great people in China working on this. We must show our appreciation, and in Vietnam as well. We must show our appreciation because this is not racism. This is not racism. We acknowledge humanity when humanity is at its best. How does they think they look with their trinkets? How do they think that this is disconnect between them and the rest of the world right now? They're at the top table. They're the second biggest economy on the planet. How do they think this looks in Vietnam? This is the age of information. We have information at our fingertips. The age of medical advancement and scientific discovery, and they're sticking powdered rhino horn up their nose for sheer unadulterated quackery. Do they know how stupid they look? But I'll tell you something. There will be accountability, and the accountability will come unless we do something in the history books, because the history books will record the folly, the vanity, the mockery of beauty, and that will be a great burden to bear for future generations from those countries. That really will. But your politicians are becoming engaged, more and more so. I want to pay tribute to some now. I want to pay tribute to one of the finest, whatever your politics, he's not here, one of the finest men in there, one of the most stalwart campaigners for animals, Mr. Zach Goldsmith. He is a hero. I want to pay tribute to William Hague. William Hague is a man of immense passion on this issue. Sometimes he may not sound like it when he speaks, but we've met him, we've been in there, we're meeting up again soon. And, excuse me while I just get this, it's a message from William Hague. He cares passionately about this. His heart is beating on this issue. This is a message from William. I now have to very clumsily get my glasses out. It's age.
You're a young man.
No, a big bull elephant. I'm getting old. And my glasses are all steamed up. Getting all that.
Stop looking at the
I'm all steamed up. I tell you. I know you are. From William Hague, I'm sorry I can't be with you today, but I want you to know that I will always keep up my efforts to eradicate the disgusting, immoral and illegal wildlife trade. In February in London, we made progress in agreeing the elephant protection plan with African nations, and now we must do everything we can to ensure its success for the sake of the world's most wonderful creatures and future generations. I thank everyone who gives their energy and commitment to this cause, and I want you all to know that Britain will work hard for success at the next major conference in Botswana next March.
Yes!
This is a crisis caused by human beings, and it can be resolved by human beings with enough political will. Let's show we can do it. William Hague. I have another message here, because I interview these people on a daily basis. They owe me one. This is from the Right Honourable Ed Miliband MP, the leader of the Labour Party. Whatever your politics, stay with it, because as more and more people become engaged with this, and we've reached a tipping point, I really do believe that. We couldn't have had this march 3 years ago with this amount of people. We couldn't have had this march 2 years ago with this amount of people. I came to it, and I was taking my children skating a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, for whom the bell tolls. I was taking my children skating. I read this article in the Observer, and I thought, oh my God, this is terrible. That's why we need to spread the word, and more people are hearing the message, believe me, and it's thanks to people like you. Ed Miliband, this is good. We're going to put this on all the websites.
Good.
We're going to, Dominic's website, the Born Free website. Have you got a, yeah, you've got a website here. We're going to put it on. If anyone's got a website, come to me. We're going to put this on it. On behalf of the Labour Party, I want to support the March for Elephants and Rhinos today. We need an international action plan to urgently tackle the ivory trade. This plan must include a comprehensive agreement to stop the sale of stockpiles of products like ivory, as well as measures to reduce demand for them and incentivise communities in desperately poor parts of the world to protect rather than poach.
Exactly.
The ivory trade is a multi-billion-pound business that not only symbolises the damage being wreaked on our planet's environment and diversity, but has also fuelled organised crime and destabilised the security of entire regions. If these species were to become extinct in our lifetime, it would be a mark of shame on our generation. That is why people marching together today is so important. We need to create a powerful alliance to demand an end to this horrific slaughter. That, my friends, is progress. And finally, this is a fight we can win. This is a fight we must win. This is a fight we can win. This is a fight we will win!